Yo, what up? It is the 5th of May 2024, otherwise known as Star Wars Day. What we like to call May the 5th be with you. Which was of course started because of the way 5th kind of sounds like Sith, but if you say it like with a lisp, kinda. So that's why it's Star Wars Day today. And I haven't watched Star Wars actually, which I guess is kind of sacrilegious, because it's like, you know, the pretty big thing. Okay, sorry, I had to cut there. But, you know, with Star Wars, it's like, you have the original 3 movies, which people like and say, you know, they're good. And then the prequels came out, and then everyone hated those. And then, like, 20 years later, they made a new trilogy after the original trilogy, and people don't like those. And then now they're doing a bunch of, like, series and all these new things all the time, and they're pretty also, like, generally not liked. Or at least they're pretty, like, 50-50. So really, it's not like... Oh, I do need this, actually. Sleeping bag. It's, like, a weird thing to get into, I feel, because, like, really, for the ideal experience, I just have to see 3 movies, and yet it's, like, the biggest movie franchise in the whole world. It's kind of weird, because, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is quite a bit of content in there, like, other than those 3 movies. Plus, I'd probably want to watch the prequels anyway, honestly. I guess I'll do it at some point, but I don't know when. But I like R2. I like R2-D2 and C-3PO. Probably the most exposure, actually, I'd have to Star Wars is, like, tie-in Star Wars games. Like, I played... There was Lego Star Wars. There is, They had Angry Birds Star Wars, which I played a lot, because I liked Angry Birds when I was a kid. So I didn't even play it because of Star Wars, I played it because it was Angry Birds, but it was also Star Wars. I like, Jar Jar. He's fun. I like Cube, my favorite Star Wars character. There you go, there's your medicine. Yeah, I mean, on one hand it's sort of like, I don't know, there are a couple of examples of that, though, of, like, major, big franchises that I've never really gotten into. Where on one hand it's like, yeah, sure, I guess I am missing out on a big cultural thing. Like, Various Constellation is really cool. Who made it? Me! What, really? Amazing, you're so talented. But, you know, the thing is that it's like, things are popular for a reason, but on the other hand... Oh, Lottie Days, next Saturday. But things are popular for a reason, but on the other hand, there's also, you know, just... There's always going to be the first of something, like, you know, big and revolutionary is going to be the most popular. So it's not necessarily a must-see thing. But, you know, to be able to keep up with, like, you know, culture, it's kind of important. I don't think you need to see Star Wars. Like, I could probably say, like, recall most of the story beats of Star Wars just because of how, you know, ingrained it is in, like, pop culture references and stuff. When you have a theme to work with, it's easy to collect furniture. Sweet, vibrant, tranquil, the choices are endless. Just pick something simple. I'm into collecting pink furniture right now. What's the theme? I can't say, at least not here. Well, that's really helpful. Also, I don't have any pink furniture. Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, but that's the thing with Star Wars, though. It's like, those plot points are so, like... And it's not like I could tell you in detail the whole plot, but, you know, so many things have parodied Star Wars like, extensively. Like, this Family Guy did, like, a full, like, the full series, basically, in their own, like, abridged version. Stuff like that. I think this outfit makes me look super adorable, don't you? You do? Yay, that's totally awesome. Now it's 11 p.m. Yeah, I gotta make sure I don't get out of sync with my money trees again. Yeah, but I mean, Star Wars is like... I probably would like it as well. So it's not even like... I don't have anything against it, mind you. Like, that's nothing to do with why I haven't seen it. I just never did, I guess. And no, I played a lot of video games as a kid and play a lot of video games now, so it doesn't... I don't watch as many movies. But I still like movies. In fact, I like movies a lot. Alright, I had to cut again, but I'm back. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Star Wars, something like that. Water and flowers. Hey, Peewee. You're not from the countryside, are you? Woo-ha! Yeah, that must be real rough for you. Maybe things will get better for you, you know, someday. You gave me a cooler for being from the country? I'm not even from the country, I lied. Well, I am from a country, as is, I believe, everyone on Earth. Pretty sure every place on Earth at this point is owned by some country. Because I was looking into this, actually, about, like, islands, like, if there are any actual, like, if there are any actual, like, free deserted islands left, and it turns out, oh no, I think it was, like, this is gonna sound suspicious, I was, like, looking, like, wondering, like, what happens if a crime gets committed on a deserted island? Not because I was planning on committing a crime on a deserted island, I just wanted to know, because I genuinely was, like, wondering, you know, like, who takes care of that. And so apparently it's just basically up to whatever island it is. Because, you know, there are some places that are territories, like, there's French Guiana in the north of South America, for example, which is a French territory, but obviously it's in the continent of South America. So I believe that leaves it to French jurisdiction, which means the laws there would... I mean, I think it would have its own unique individual laws, because there's obviously a, you know, a gap with the, you know, different financial systems and stuff like that. Probably, I don't even know if they would use euros or if they would use pesos. Actually, I don't even think that's... I don't know what the South American currency is. But yeah, so no island on Earth is not owned. Yeah, my dream room will be finished soon. You should come peek at it. Okay. Yeah, and I also was wondering, like, how does that, like, because I think space, there's no, like, ownership of it. So I guess, you know, like, ownership goes upward, obviously. That makes sense, sure. What I wanted to know, though, as well, was, how far down does ownership go? And apparently it's, like, infinite. So if you own land, apparently you can just go down forever. And I didn't actually, like, figure this part out, but this was the thing I was wondering was, because, you know, the Earth is a sphere, that means, you know, it's, you know, it's basically like a layered ball of, like, so the crust, I think that's the top layer, the crust, which is the layer that, you know, everything we have is on, is the thickest layer and also the, like, the biggest layer, because it's all the way on the furthest bit. The core of the Earth, on the other hand, is a lot smaller in terms of, you know, radius and, like, surface area. So, what I was wondering then was, if land goes down, like, basically all the way to the core of the Earth, I'm assuming it stops at the core, but, the question I had was, does it, like, shrink as it goes down? Like, does your ownership shrink? Because in theory, if two bits of land that are, like, right next to each other go down, like, infinitely down to the core, which isn't infinite, and it's the same, like, distance, even if they start as neighboring, you know, bits of land, as they go down, they're gonna overlap because the, like, radius of the, like, Earth is getting smaller, if that makes sense. You know what I'd like? A chance to talk to someone who isn't you. Okay, thank you, Antonio. Of course, it'd be even better if they talk about my muscles. About muscles. But yeah, so I don't know the answer to that, though, because that is, like, that would be a thing that you'd have to consider. Because, really, you know, when it, at the, like, the core of the Earth, I don't actually know how big it is. But I guess you can just imagine, like, when it comes to how that would work, the way, like, it goes down. So it's weird. And I don't even know why, like, you know, land goes down infinitely to begin with. But I feel like they might... I don't know if there's been conflicts over that, though, because that sounds like something there would be conflicts over. But I just think that's, it's kind of interesting. Like, just, like, land ownership. It's kind of weird. And jurisdictions and stuff like that. Hey, buddy, I've got a favor to ask you. Would you deliver this letter to Pango? Yeah, sure. This is why I always leave a free space for letters. Or at least try to. I think the reason why I started thinking about that, though, is because of the North Sentinel Island, which, if you don't know, is this... it's a very interesting thing, actually. I think somewhere... It's in the Indian Ocean. I think somewhere south of India. It's close by. I think it's New India. And it's full of... Like, it's an island that contains, like... I don't know if it's a tribe or multiple tribes of, like, primitive people who haven't been exposed to, like... Oh, I didn't even read that letter, I'm sorry. I was just... Autopilot. So yeah, it's an island full of primitive people who haven't been exposed to, like, the broader, you know, world of, like, technology. And so what's interesting about that island is that I'm pretty sure, even though it's under, like... It might be ownership under, like, India. No one outside of the people who already live on the island are allowed to go there. It's, like, completely off limits. And the reason why is because they've been known to basically kill on sight to anyone who drifts, like, into the shore. Like, there was a guy, I think a fisherman, who was already fishing outside of proper, fishing area. I don't know how that's determined. But, and then he drifted asleep while he was on the boat, and then the boat drifted into, like, the radius of the island, and the people, the islanders, like, threw spears at him, and he died. And there was another case where, this is very nice, like, light conversation, I know, but there's another case where, a group of researchers wanted to go and, you know, study them, because that's what people do. And I believe that ended with, like, some of the... I think they might have sent out a rescue team or something, and some of the rescue teams saw one of the main researchers, like body getting dragged along the beach by the islanders or something. It's very disturbing, but at the same time, I guess you kind of get what you get in that. Oh, actually, they weren't going over to study them, actually. They were actually over there to try and tell them the ways of Christianity, I believe, to, like, spread the message, which is, you know, it's really noble. It's a very noble cause. Anyway, let's get coffee real quick. Care for a cup of Java to pick you up? It's 200 bells. What blend would you like? Usual? Whatever you say. And up comes 1 cup of your favorite blend spoon. Yeah, but, yeah, they were trying to spread the word of Christianity to these islanders, because, you know, obviously, they don't... How would they have found out? There we go, the perfect temperature to bring it the flavor. 176 degrees. 1 fresh brewed cup. Drink up. Thank you. Excellent. But could you expect anything less from the legendary Brewster's Blend? Probably not. Yeah, it's a very interesting story, and it'd be very interesting to, like, obviously from afar, like, you know, try and, like, look into how they're going, because, you know, they have spears, which means they have tools, like, you know, they're developed enough. They're probably, I don't know exactly, I think there was evidence to suggest that they might have been entering, like, the stone, well, no, they would have already been in the Stone Age. I don't know, I think, yeah, they would be somewhere in the Stone Age, in terms of their, like, you know, technological developments. Presumably they'd have, like, fire and stuff, because, you know, it's kind of hard to live anywhere just outside without fire. And I guess if you have spears... Oh, no, you don't need fire for spears. I don't know anything about not having technology. Yeah, it's very weird. It's kind of scary. But, you know, I'm fine with leaving those guys as they are. They deserve to live out their lives as... No, they probably... I mean, I don't know how happy you are when you're living in a tribe. I guess that's not exactly as, prioritized as, like, basic survival, but I don't know. I feel like without, you know, they don't have politics or war, presumably. Maybe they do, but maybe they have little civil wars. They might, you know, they might on average be happier than, you know, people living today. Or I guess they are living today as well. Yeah, it's a very interesting story, and it's completely related to Star Wars Day, otherwise known as May the 5th be with you. And it was a pretty good Star Wars Day. But that's going to be about it for today. So,